we don't have to. You're not on the phone anymore. We can hang up.
Yeah, we're live now. Yo, we're live now. The Sunday stream, the Sunday shit talk. Holy shit. Yo, we have some things to talk about today. Some craziness. Hold on. Oh man. Let me just see. Did it post on pro? Oh my god. All right, yeah, there we go. Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me? All right. Oh, we can't stream the Instagram no more. Where were you Friday? You're in Simcoe? Yo, I don't even know why I can't. I don't know why. I just have to really fucking look. But you gave the mic. You have to give the mic permission though. For you to join. Nah, I can't hear you. Oh, I can't even. Hold on. Let's see. Try it now. Hold on. Right. So we got 3 people. We're here right now, trying to work on the technical difficulties. We got some shit. How was everyone's weekend? That's what I want to know. How was everyone's weekend? Did everyone have a good weekend? Yeah, wondering if everyone had a good weekend. Who knows? Yeah, shout outs to Profane. Profane's doing. I think he's doing homework right now. I'm supposed to check him in a bit. He's doing homework right now. Can't hear Liz at all because I don't know why Liz blocked her mic. I don't even know who's on this fucking thing. But yeah, we got some people on here. We got Profane on here. Profane's gonna join. I think Miranda wanted to join. I think yeah, we're supposed to have a bunch of people in here talking shit. Profane said he's gonna be in here in a little bit. He'll be in there. I'm gonna try to see what I can do.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you now.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know what the fuck you did, but
I didn't push the right button. I'm vintage.
yeah, it's funny because we're talking about vintage, right?
Fuck, I'm rolling with it. I love
There
it.
was no yo, everyone was like messaging me, telling me I'm an asshole. Like, what the fuck? Like, how you gonna talk about women like that?
No, you know what?
Um,
It's all in fun and it's better than old, right? Like I was laughing about it and I said something to my son and I was like, I'm vintage, but I laughed by myself and he's like, I don't get it. So I explained like on the podcast, you were saying something like vintage, and I said, well, how old's vintage? And you said 40 and older. So my son was kind of like, well, I guess you kind of are vintage because he's 25, right? Like if I have a 25, a 23-year-old, I'm already a grandma. I guess I am kind of vintage, you know?
yeah,
Whatever, but it's better than old.
I know. I think vintage is a nicer
It
way to
is.
call
It's a
somebody
classy way.
old. It's a classy way to call someone old. But like, but it's just I don't know. Do you think that like when people get a certain age, like do you think they should stop doing certain things, or do you think that like they should just be them?
Fuck no, be you. Have you seen the fucking baddie lady?
Oh, the lady that she's like, yeah. So she's like vintage. She is
She's
OG vintage.
professional vintage.
She's like the standard for vintage because she's like 80 and still on like Tinder hooking up with dudes.
She's doing good too. She's making money online. Like she's
No,
set.
she
Like,
ain't.
oh, she's
She's
making
the
money.
OnlyFans.
I didn't know she had OnlyFans. Whoa, I know she's like making like she don't have to pay for a lot of outfits, things like that. Like when you are more popular, people send you free shit, right? Think about
Yeah,
how much
but
money you save.
I just always wondered because she was that old and she was just doing shit like and whatever, right? But I've always wondered about like just I guess I don't know. I think you should just be you, right? But I mean, I don't think you're
Yeah.
gonna see her like you probably are gonna see her popping off in the club and stuff. But like I don't know. I think the Tinder things where I kind of like draw the line. That's someone's grandma. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never actually ever been on Tinder, so I don't know what Tinder is like, but
But
I
that's
know there's
somebody.
a lot of jokes about it. So
No, you just match people and you down to hook up and whatever and you do whatever. But I've just always wondered where like because I know when I called someone that girl the vintage, I know like I had got some like messages about that and they're like, yo, who the fuck is you to call the
what
girl the blah blah
what
blah.
the
But like,
hell?
I laugh because I don't really
It's
give a
in
shit.
fun and
Right?
games. Like
So
it's just a joke.
it's just dumb jokes, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just always wondering like how do women feel? And I would like women to like message in the comments about how did you guys feel about that whole bit about the vintage. Because I know I told Tash to sit her ass down.
I'm rolling with it.
Because I was like, yo, whoever is the best dressed vintage on Friday, um, will get a fucking prize, right? And I was
Yeah, a
like, all right,
bottle of
cool.
wine. A bottle of wine.
You get a bottle of wine, but nobody dressed up.
Vintage ladies love bottles of wine.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I called her. That's why I called her Van Blanc 86 because like I called her Vin Blanc 86 because like it was just like you old.
It's crazy
You
because
know?
in front of me is a bottle of wine.
See, you're vintage too, but I just feel like as you get older, I don't know. Like I think that's one of the signs of getting older. Like you can't drink like hard liquor anymore. Like like there's some people that like they
I haven't got
they
there yet.
drink Heineken all day, and then after it's like, yo, they're only drinking like Bush or Laker.
I cannot drink beer. No way.
Can't drink. So how's your promotional company going along, and what's going on in your ends? Because I have some questions. I actually had there was actually a conversation on the juice last night that I wanted some other people's opinions, and I'm probably gonna try to get Profane in on it too, and some other like promoters and stuff to see how they feel. Um, how do you guys feel about like raising the price after a certain time?
Definitely. You
Like,
have
do
to.
you think it's
Like,
okay, or do you think like
no,
it's
I think it's
some
okay that
dumbass
people
shit?
should. You should raise the price. After midnight, it should be more. I believe like midnight, and I would try and keep, even if you have an artist, like try and keep it like fair, right? A fair price, but like no like $50 after midnight. You know what I mean? But like I
I've
think
gone to
that
some
it should be
places
more.
where they wanted $40 from me after midnight, and I was like, "Yo, who the
Yeah.
fuck is performing?" And they just tell me who's performing. I was like, "That nigga ain't worth $40." Like, like it's like that. But no, I've just always wondered because I know sometimes you see people come late and they're like, "I'm not paying $20 to get in," and I'm like, "Why don't
Then
you
come
just come?"
earlier.
Then come early. Like, it's not that bad. Like, if you don't want to pay an extra $10, all right, cool. Leave your house like 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later. Like, you don't got to sit there and, like, I get it. Like, people want to pre drink and whatever and go there with a buzz so, like, they don't feel. But I know, like, some people don't understand, like, the whole economics behind, like, a lot of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I've had friends that are like, yo, get us in for free and whatever. And I'm like, yo, my boy makes money at the door. That's his livelihood. I can't
Right.
just let you in for free like all the time because I'm taking money out of his pockets. He's like, yeah, but I'm buying drinks. I'm like, again, that's not his money. The door is his money.
Right.
So
And
I
unless
gotta
it's
do with him.
already an agreement that like say you I guess promote or like employed by the place, not just like you promote for the bar. If the bar's paying you, then usually you don't pay to get in. You know what I mean? If it's the stipulation, like whatever your stipulation is. Some people have it stipulated, some people don't. Doesn't mean you can get all your friends in, but if it's stipulated, then that's the only way that you shouldn't have to pay.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, that's what I think, anyways.
But some people are just utterly ridiculous with it too. Like, like it's just like I get it. Like, okay, if it's like one or two, you know, if it's like one or two people, that's fine. But like sometimes like people be doing the fucking most, like people bring like
Mhm.
9 people up in the spot and be like, yo, let them all in for free. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-mm.
Like sit your ass down somewhere, like just show up on time. Like, how hard is it to like show up on time? Like, it's like, come on. Like, most times, like, I know I've gotten there like 12:03, and they're like, you know what? Because you're always fucking at Marvelous. Shout out to Marvelous. You're always at Marvelous.
Right.
Yo, 10 for 10. Like, you know what I mean? But it's just like sometimes we be doing the most. Like, it's like, all right, cool, you're doing me a favor, but like, let all 9 of you in at $5 a pop.
Right. No,
What the
that's
fuck?
somebody's losing money, and it
You know?
might be somebody else's party too, right? Like,
Yeah, and it might be
and
somebody
a
else's
lot
party.
goes into parties, man. I'm telling you, like a
I know,
lot goes
like,
into it.
and if I'm working the door, I'm not taking an ass whooping to give you a fucking deal. Be like,
And
fuck
some
me.
people pay for their stuff up front, right? Like
Yeah,
if I'm throwing a party, like I want to pay my DJs and pay my people, so I'm not paying off the door.
yeah. I know some people, I think on the other post, like someone said that like they didn't like going out because they didn't like people talking on the track and like all that other stuff and whatever. And it was just like it was valid criticisms. But I do think that when you're dealing with that from the culture, like that is a part of the culture. Like that is a part of the party. That is
Hmm.
what it is. Like if you don't want motherfuckers to talk on the mic, like you go to a college bar. Like the
Right.
DJs
And
always
whoever's hosting the party, the host or the MC, they talk on the mic.
they're talking on the mic, and that's their fucking job.
Right. That's what they're there
they,
to do
they
that
they
time.
paid the host the shit. Like that's their motherfucking job. As much as you
Mm.
want to think the motherfuckers annoying and whatever,
Right.
right? As long as you want to think that the man's annoying or this and that, like I get it, where you're just like, okay, like he's annoying as fuck, but that's his job, B.
Right.
Like,
To
you
hype up
know,
the party.
just like yeah, it's just but I do know like some people don't come outside because they don't like that aspect of going outside, and some people don't like certain drama things, but I'm like, yo, just stay home. Like if you don't like to come outside, then just say like I'm gonna just chill outside. Like, like it's whatever. Like I mean,
Mm.
party ain't gonna miss you if you stay home, like, so
And you're not really gonna miss, like, you know what I mean? There's more days too. Like some people, like it's good to take a break every now and then, right?
there's one comment here. I pay for entertainment when I go out. You could never come with me to Atlanta because you and I would get kicked out. You and I would literally get kicked out of the club in Atlanta. Like in Atlanta, if I go to like if I go to like Strokers or like Magic City or King of Diamonds, I'm telling, like you just go to the strippers here. Like I am not spending $1 until y'all start coming out here and acting wild. You ain't getting money from me. Like you know what I
Well,
mean?
that's what they call the cattle call.
It
Hello,
is the cat,
hello.
It, it's the cattle call.
but I'm not dropping money. I'm not dropping money. I'm not dropping money on that shit. If I know that like you're not spending, like you're not entertaining, like Odell says. Like if
Well,
you're not entertaining,
that's what happens with the cattle call. When the bell goes, all the girls come out and they show off their shit, and then you know what I mean.
so
You either
yo,
buy a dance or
so for the crowd, like for the people watching, what is your idea of like getting the most value for your for bang for your buck, if you will, going outside? Like Missa, like what about you? Like how
I'm literally jumping on this. So you need to update me. I'm sorry I'm
so
late.
we're talking about someone in a comment on yesterday just said that like they didn't really like going outside anymore because like they don't feel like they're not getting like value for what they're spending to get in. So when we ask for like $20 to get in, they don't see value in spending that $20 there. And they listed some reasons why. And like it was a good topic. So I just had to make it a thing for today. But I want to know like what in your idea, like what is worth your money when you're spending that $20, you're spending that
Like,
$10.
I mean, I think the vibe is worth my money. Like, if I'm going to a club or something that I don't know the vibe, I don't know the people. Like, I feel like the thing is, there's a double standard, right? Like, I feel like men are so used to paying a door fee.
Mm-hmm.
Like, men are so used to paying the door fee because, like, for some reason, like a lot of clubs, a lot of promoters are always like, women are free, da 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 da. So like I feel like when a woman goes to a club and they have to pay a door fee, like a lot of them get their noses up because they're not used to paying door fees.
But you know what though? It's crazy because like y'all complaining about $10-$20, and I'm always in a place where you gotta pay a motherfucker $40 to park in his
I'm like, I'm not complaining. Like I've been to a
I know,
couple I've been to a
but
couple
like
spots where I'm okay with paying the door fee because I understand that it's not just if you know the people, you know the scene, like you understand that it's not, you know, that club's got to pay for DJ, they've got to pay for this, they've got to pay for that, they have to pay for the event, the sponsor, the promoter, everything else. So, and I also get it like promotion, like I get people who need to get paid. So I understand that being in like the service industry, I get that. But I feel like some of these women who have a problem with paying a door fee is because they're so damn used to getting in for free everywhere. And they're sitting there like, you know, I feel like the times are turning, right? Times are changing where you know, women used to bat an eye and a man's buying them a drink. Now it's like or the, you know, they're going on Tinder dates and then they just expect the man to buy them dinner, and there's men out there who are like, no, like we're not in a
they're
relationship, you're
going out
paying for
for
half
free
your
meal.
meal.
They're just going out for a meal.
They're going out for a
But
meal, or
like,
they're going out to the bar thinking they can go to the bar with $10 in their pocket and they're gonna get wasted because all these men are gonna buy them drinks.
yeah.
And then they're going to clubs, they're finding out that there's a door fee whether you're a male or a female. And I feel like some people, I don't feel like there's ever been like a now problem. I think that people are just, you know, equality that everybody's been asking for. You're starting to be held accountable for that equality. And I
Well,
feel like you
y'all
can't
chickens
ask for
swimming on the
equality in
roof.
society and not have to pay equal door fees, equal parking, equal drinks, equal dinner. And that's where that's coming in, right? But if I go to a shiesty club, like if I go somewhere shiesty where I know that washroom is dirt, I know the service is dirt, I know everybody else is dirt, I might be a little reserved to wanting to have to pay that door fee.
Cause it's like when I went to like when I go to ATL, right? It's like 40 to park, and then it's like 20 to get in. But I don't mind paying the 20 to get in because I know when I get in there, I can get a bottle, I can get hookah, fried dumpling at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, it's worth it. So like I do get it, but it's like I think it's like when you're paying $20 for something, you're paying for an experience and you're kind of wanting to see like at least a half decent experience. You know what I mean?
I also don't go out all the time. I don't go out enough, right? Like, so, like, I mean, if I'm going out and I'm going to spend my hard-earned money, I'm going out because I'm going out to show support of a birthday, or I'm going out to show support of a friend. Like, I'm on day 8 of work right now. I still haven't had my weekend yet. Like, I've been working all day. I literally got off work like super late tonight. And so, like, if I'm gonna spend my night going out and having a couple of drinks, like, I'm gonna go somewhere that I know the vibe, I know the people, I know that it's worth it, I know where my money's going. So I guess I'm just like overworked, and like, as we've had this conversation, this country, like Canada and America, are overworked societies. So like when we have our leisure time, we just want to see our money go. There's 3 ways of looking at it. For me, I want to see my money going somewhere it's worth it. Some people just are entitled, and some females just
Entitled and spoiled.
But
entitled.
listen,
Women have been entitled and spoiled for ages,
listen,
and
whenever
they
you
don't
go somewhere,
understand that equality is starting to fail.
whenever you go somewhere, the flyer clearly says what the fucking price is. Like, no matter if the bathrooms are dirty or whatever the story may be, it's up to the person if they want to pay it or not. The flyer says $10 before 12 or whatever the story may be. Like, no one should be going to complain. It's right there in front of your eyes. It's right there on
You
the
know what the
fucking
funny
poster.
thing you're saying
It's
about
right
that,
there on
Frodo?
Facebook. It's right there on
So-
Instagram. It's right there in front of your eyes. So when people come to the
Oh,
door and try to
oh.
get a deal, it's
No,
like,
but
yo,
some of these clubs, so people don't realize that it is free before a certain time, right? But your ass needs to stay in that club. So some of these cheap ass motherfuckers are trying to go to these clubs, and they're like, I'm gonna get here before 10 p.m. when nobody else is here, and I'm gonna think that at 11:30 I can walk outside for a cigarette. No, motherfucker, if you don't have that wristband, you need to pay the fee to come back in that club.
facts.
I've seen
That's
people do
facts.
that when they come in
Facts.
at 9 o'clock and sit there and talking to the staff and all bunch of foolishness till 11 o'clock, and you see them stay in the club just because they don't want to pay $10. Like, stop
Yeah, they
being
don't get to have a
Just
cigarette.
stay
They don't get
home.
to go
Listen,
outside
if you
just
can't
because they
afford the
want to
door
avoid
fee,
that.
stay the fuck home. Like, straight up, if you can't pay the door fee, if you can't afford the door fee, stay home. Like, that's what it is. Or go somewhere where you can afford it. Don't go somewhere trying to, like, yo, like last weekend or this past Friday, someone tried to come in and they said they wanted to buy food. Sorry, my voice is going, guys. Yo, the turn up was real last night. Anyways, yo, so someone tried to buy food and then they're like, yo, I want to buy food. I don't need to pay the door fee. What the fuck you mean? You mean you don't have to pay the door fee because you want food? And then they would want to come in and they want to fucking stay and party and have a couple of drinks and leave. You can't do that. You can't fucking do that. Listen, people have entertainment, people have security, people have costs to fucking pay. Promoters, like, I think everybody on here are a promoter. I don't know about Miss B. I know Liz has been in the situation. We all have expenses. The more people you let it free, like, it's harder to make to match those expenses.
I
You
mean, I
can't come.
missed my birthday party last year, so I had to fly away for work, and I was supposed to do local celebrity with Scully. So Scully and we had our birthday party on the same day last year, and I ended up getting pulled away for work. So I had to miss my own birthday, my own flyered event, because I had to fly out of the province. So the following weekend, somebody else had an event at Marv, but everybody who was supposed to come to my party, like my people that were coming, and I think Skull and a bunch of other people came out to my event too, but I didn't like go for a full-on event. But I knew somebody else had an event the same next weekend when I came back, but people still want to celebrate my birthday. I paid for their event at my birthday, so like I knew I was at somebody else's event on my off birthday, but because I missed my birthday weekend and I knew that dude had an event on like posted the same night, I didn't want to take away from his event, even though like maybe it didn't have like a whole lot of people there. I still wanted him to see like here's whatever. So we didn't pay the full 30. We definitely paid 20 into it, but like also it was my birthday, so like I get that, right? But like I think it was me and like my main 5 people from my party, like that we were in the VIP, paid 20, but everybody else that came had to pay the full 30. And there was people that were mad because they're like, we're here for your birthday. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is not just my event. Like, my event was last weekend and I had to miss it. So now we got to pay into this dude's event.
Yeah.
But like I had people that were solid mad, like really mad, and I'm like, no, that's not how this goes. Like you need to, you know.
What was fucked up about Friday was we all got blocked. We all got blocked, and then it was like,
We all got blocked. Is that what you just said?
didn't we all get blocked?
What do you mean? What do you mean by blocked?
Like off Facebook.
Oh yeah. We all got blocked. Yeah. Okay, go on.
We all got blocked from this person, and then we got a social media post about how like Liquid Friday's team ain't have no manners and we were rude and blah blah blah. And we're like, I'm like, what the fuck, B? I was like,
Yeah, we got a Facebook message because the fucking the bitch wanted to fucking come in, and again, exactly what I just said. She just said, "Oh, I only came here for food. I'm only gonna be here 2 seconds," and then she come in and said, "Have a shot, 2 drinks, and what? Like, why are you trying? If you can't afford to fucking come in, stay your ass at home. Like, if you can't afford, you really have to, huh? What you said?
It was so messed up because like the whole post was making it seem like we were just like rude and mean to her, and I told her straight up. She's like, I don't know why you guys are treating me like this. And I said, yo, dead ass. I said, yo, dead ass.
She does it all the time. She does the fucking shit all the time.
I said, you come here and you say you're just buying wings, and that's at like 12:15, and all 1:45 you're still up in this bitch buying drinks. You bought me a drink on my birthday, so I caught you with your hand in the cookie jar. Like, don't do that shit.
She's I can't.
This female wanted in the club to say that she quote unquote only wanted to come in to buy chicken wings.
Yeah, so that was her complaint because our spot served food, right, as opposed to the serving drinks. It served like fries and all that other bullshit. And she said that she didn't want to pay the door cover because she was only getting chicken wings and bouncing, and we all knew that was a fucking lie. Everybody knew it was a lie. So when we caught her on the lie now she wants to hype up and act like we're the ignorant people, like we're doing something wrong.
You know what's bad when the bartender looked at her and said, "Yo, you can't keep doing this.
Doing this every week, yeah."
Your money.
Yeah, and then 2 seconds later, she put up a big post on Facebook saying how we were rude and we were ignorant and whatever, just because she got caught. Bitch, if you can't afford the door fee, stay your fucking ass at home. And I say that to everybody because these promoters, these club people all have expenses. People don't know. It's not. And half the time, even when the place is full, we're just walking away with fucking gas money. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair. And people don't understand the work that goes into putting these events on every single week. Security, rent, lights, DJs, whatever the fuck happens. You know what I mean? There's a lot that goes into it.
Well, like, I'm fully aware. Like, I mean, I've done several contracts with them through the events that we've held at a lot of these shows, so I get it, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I could have been sour last year on my birthday, but like at the end of the day, like it was somebody else's event. I can't just be like call up Marv and be like, hey, so by the way, I missed my birthday last weekend, so fuck whoever has this calendar promotion. Like, no, you have to pay your fee, right?
Yeah.
But, like, why are you at the club? Like, if you have no money to buy drinks, and then you need to be at home, sorting your life out. Like, I don't understand these people that go to clubs every fucking weekend, but they don't have money to buy drinks. They don't have money for door fees. Like, don't go out. Go pay your bills, pay your rent. Don't be out at the club. Like, that's just, I don't be an adult. Like, we're not, some of us are 19, and I see a lot of this with people that are in their 30s. You're in your 30s.
Yo, first of all, this bitch is way over her 30s. She's in like her 40s. Is she a vintage? Just it?
Yo,
shut up with your vintage shit.
She might be a vintage, She might be a vintage,
She's the first wine. She's the first wine bottle. That's all she is, guy. You know them wine from
the thing is, we're not mean people. If she come and say, you know what, Profane, I can't afford to get in, whatever, I probably would have just slid her in. I'd be, you know what, guys, make her go out because I don't want to deal with her fucker. You know what I mean? But yo, when you start like kicking up your foot and stomp your feet like a fucking 2-year-old, I want security. Security just take her. Sorry, my voice is gone, guys.
There's exceptions. There's exceptions to the rules. Like, I get sometimes.
Last night, boy, I tell you, it's killing me right now, man.
Sometimes people don't have the funds.
Don't do that.
I get it, but like, you know, I don't think like this isn't a situation where it was an occasion. This is apparently a person who does this constantly.
Yo,
All
so you
the
know what's
time.
funny, right? She's like, I don't know why you guys are being so rude to me. And I said, no one's being rude to you. I said, you just keep doing the same fuck shit every week, and your hand got caught in the cookie jar, and someone decided to address it. What do you mean?
Is this what
Like,
you were going on about? Like the
hell no. That's another topic.
Because like I feel like the other topic. I feel like I
What
know
other
who this is.
topic?
You want to
What
know
other
about the other
topic?
topic?
What's the other
I know
topic?
who it is. I feel like I know who it is. Like just by
Who
reading
is
the
it
line.
about?
What?
No, so you remember
We're not
when
calling names. We're not doing that, Tristan. Don't do
Are
that.
we talking about poetry? Are we talking about somebody who wrote you poetry at 2 a.m.?
yeah, we're talking about the
No, we're
rappers.
not. No, we're not. Is that what we're talking about?
No, we're talking about that now.
Yo, oh, we have so much today. We're getting so much garbage. There's so much.
So Faye was just minding his business. And this unrepentant mongoose decides to go send a bunch of
Oh
messages.
my god. Is that what we're gonna talk about
Did
right now?
Profane? Bro, did you get the poetry this time?
Yo, I got 3 messages 3 days in a row. So long time ago, I put you off on game. Like long time ago. This might have been like 2 months ago?
This was when
Tristan?
she originally like 4 a.m. sent
2 months
wrote a
ago.
song
Yeah,
for
it
Tristan.
was about 2 months ago. We had a live chat. We were on the podcast. Me and Tristan were talking. And I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want to give her no clout. But it was her and the next guy talking, and she was like, it seemed like they had some kind of weird ass
Yeah, I remember this girl.
relationship going on, and it had nothing to do with what me and Tristan were talking about.
And then you were like, "Don't find love in the juice."
Yeah, we're just like, yo, this is not a hookup thing, whatever.
This ain't the love connection. What the fuck is this?
Yeah, there's not a love
And
connection.
then she thought you were picking on her because you were just saying like I'm catching you guys flirting right now. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, and then so we get off the podcast. Yo, the girl told me and Tristan about ourselves. Oh my god, I wanted to cry. Yo,
No,
she's
but
like,
but Tristan got to go to sleep that night, bro. Tristan got a whole ass poem wrote
no,
to
we
him
both
at
got
4
a
a.m.
message.
Bro,
No,
imagine
we
a
both got a
woman telling
message.
imagine a woman telling you ain't gonna be shit.
Yeah,
That lady told me I ain't gonna mouth and shit, me.
She told me about myself. I had to look myself in the mirror the next day like, Terrence, you are a piece of shit. Yo, this lady is telling you all about yourself. Oh my god.
I woke up, I read the message, and I was like, huh? I was like, wait a minute. I didn't read that right. I had to read it 2 more times. I was like, full of myself. She's like, yo, one day you'll get enough views to pay off your car. I'm like, yo.
Oh
I
my
remember,
god.
I remember Tristan was like, not even my mom talks to me like this. Like I've never like you and Pro were be like you both were like I felt like so in my feels because you're like I've never been so disrespected.
My mother ever talked to me like that, guy.
My mom, Miss Jennifer never talks to me like that. Even my mom doesn't talk to me like that. I don't know what, but she did her research on us, you know, because she said
she
some
was
stuff.
talking about your history and your children and everything.
Yeah, she's just like, you don't check for your kids' profane and blah 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 blah. And I know about this pit. You don't see this one and this one, and you're full of yourself.
She called me a whore.
Yeah, she called me a whore. She called me all these cards. Oh my god! And you know what? Everything she's saying was true, but she can't say none of that to me. She can't talk to me like that.
Only I can talk about myself like that. Propane sitting there.
I'm not a whore. I just have the robot. I'm not a whore.
Yeah. So
didn't she say something? Wasn't it because you guys? She was also butthurt because her and this this love affair, this juice love affair guy. Apparently, they were like she was an OnlyFans and she wanted to get interviewed, and you guys weren't interviewing her that night.
No. I don't know if she's OnlyFans. Is she OnlyFans?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
Yo. Hold up.
Yes, she is. She's OnlyFans. She was trying to get interviewed by you and Tristan.
Oh wow! I did not know she was OnlyFans. Oh my god! Oh yuck!
That's
yuck. Yuck.
So yo, she was like, yo, I got niggas, I got Hell's Angels.
Oh no! That's not what happened. Okay, so that was 2 months. That was 2 months ago, right? You guys can take it in. That was 2 months ago. So like last week Friday now, like Friday, I'm getting up with my kids in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, this girl sends me a whole ass message saying, "Oh, she's gonna sue me for defamation of character, and she don't know who I'm fucking with, and she's a lawyer, and she has a record deal with Jazzy Faye and Sierra, and we held her back, and now she's prospering." Yo, I don't know what, like, she's talking to herself. I wanted to post the conversation to the Jews. Like, she was
That's
just
mess.
cussing me. I didn't reply at all. That was Friday. That was Friday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Saturday morning, I get another message saying, "You better apologize. I'm Hell's Angels, and you are a whore, and my mouth is nasty." And like, yo,
Oh
she's
no,
saying,
no, no. Ah, you missed it. You missed it, B.
oh,
She's like, yo, my mouth is nasty, but the only
nasty
thing you're gonna see is me sucking.
the dick or some shit. And I'm Hell's Angels, and you better fucking apologize right the fuck now, or I'm suing you. Remember, I'm a lawyer. And this girl sent me a picture with her, like sticking up a middle finger at me, and I'm like, yo, this conversation was 2 months ago, and she's just getting at me again last night or 2 days ago, again about the same thing. I'm like, yo,
That's
what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
First
that's
of
why I
all,
call.
I can
What?
tell you 100% that nobody that has that pull or game is ever going to say that
Self
to you.
snitch.
Because you can get your tongue cut out of your mouth for saying that shit. You see what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna come to you. That girl can't, and women especially. So there's a rule.
Mm.
And if you know the game, you know the rule. A woman I can't go to a man and start a problem and expect my friends to back me up. You see what I'm saying? Like that,
Yeah.
that shit's not gonna happen. For saying that, she could very well not say that.
Yeah. She's
Well, and it wouldn't
say
even
that.
be those people to say anything like that, because that's what RCs are for now. That's what they use RCs for. So I mean, but anyways, the moral of the story is don't do meth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yo, she was like, yo, you're a bum. I want my apology. I'm gonna sue you. And I was like, but you're talking all this gangbang and shit, but you talking about suing people? I was
Yeah,
like,
and
what
then
the
she
fuck?
said that we
Gangster
discriminate.
mouth and 911 fingers.
That's why
We
I called her
we
an
dis-
unrepentant mongoose.
we
That's why I
we dis-
called her.
she said that we discriminated her against her because of her disabilities. That's what she said, and I'm just like,
Smoking
because
meth is not a disability. Sorry.
that's what she said. She said we discriminated against her because of her disability. So, and if everyone knows I have an autistic child. I don't know where we get our fucking talking about anybody fucking that has a disability of
We
any
don't
type
even
of
talk
thing.
about people's children. Like,
Right.
She
Yeah,
don't
you
want
know
to
what
brought
I'm
up
saying?
people's children
we
anyway. So
have
you know
rules,
what?
we have
Like,
standards, bare minimums. I mean, I might be a douche, but I'm not that bad. Like, I wouldn't talk about people's children and all that. But like, she's just mad.
regardless, she's the one who brought up people's children, and she's trash. Like at the end of the day, she probably got too high and was bored and just decided to jump on the old.
But really though, that's a pretty fucked up hill to die on. Like, imagine you arguing with somebody 2 months ago, and then you're like, you know what? Let me just,
Let me just send him a hit message. Yeah.
let me just tell you to hold this. Like, Jesus,
I
does that
wasn't
make any
ready.
sense?
I wasn't ready.
Oh,
Like,
I definitely wasn't ready.
yo,
Like,
that was sweet, yo.
But
She
like,
let
it's
that
funny too
nerve
because
loose, you know.
I seen the tagline of that. I didn't even need to know any fine details. As soon as I seen that, I was like, great. I'm like, we're back to this freaking trailer park fairy tale. Like, I'm so excited. And I knew who it was before you even said. I didn't know who she messaged. I didn't know she messaged you this time, bro. I know she finished with Tristan last time, though.
Yo, she wrote me
You had a whole rap. You had a whole.
Yo, she wrote a hot
a haiku for
about
you.
me. She wrote a hot scene about me, telling me that I don't get no pussy and I'll never amount to anything. And
bro,
I had to break out the robot.
Like, I want to read you guys the conversation, like word for word, what she said. Hey, let me find it. I'm gonna read it to you guys because I feel like the viewing audience, you know what kind of
I feel like
headspace we're
Tristan
dealing
should.
with.
I feel like Tristan should
Let me read it. Yo, Profane. Let me
No,
read
You
no,
it.
got it?
Tristan.
I sent it to you,
Tristan,
right?
I feel like you should read your original poem, and then Pro should follow up with his poetry.
Yeah, but all right, cool. Unless
Okay.
you
Like
want
your
to-
your poem was like pretty.
But I can read it. I can read the messages to Profane with more emphasis, but it's all right.
Right. Read your poetry, Tristan. Read your poetry, because don't you have like one that she sends you?
Y'all heard my when did
But Tristan got his 2 months ago. Like we both
Yeah, but
got one
that's
2
we.
months ago.
But you need to update these viewers, some of these newer people
Oh,
with the original poetry. Because I mean, that was pretty deep. Like I got offended for Tristan. I think you were even offended for him.
Yo, Tristan, I didn't even tell you. She commented on my promoter post, and I had to delete her comment. You know.
Well, tell her to go read a fucking book.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, I
so-
did a promoter post, and then she went and commented about, Profane, talk about disrespect. You're one to fucking talk. I'm like, yo, let me delete this girl real quick before I get ignorant, because
You sent it to the shadow realm, man.
I just want to add a disclaimer that in no means are we bullying anybody, because this person is seeking out these issues and seeking out
she
bullying
needs help.
and throwing shade on people. She is reaching out and doing this on her own recognizance.
All right.
Yep, facts.
Well, keep this. This was after the episode while I'm driving home, right? At 11:36 p.m. Keep this. She's like, I don't know what to say, B, but can I get a little addition, please, and thank you kindly? I went in my bed because I have a job to do and all that other shit. This girl wrote in big bold letters, Christian and I are on the phone, and he would also like a chance to speak his piece one day. And then she said, I wrote you a little poem, XOXO. And it reads like this. It's called Paranoid Poems. Not sure if they tried to call you a troll. Why would you even affect them at all? Your mind is so small. Surely no greater after each mall. Censorship blockades, supposed to be comrades, even if the things I say hurt your male ego in so many ways. How could you open your voice box and say flirting when you are literally hyping up the live? People were engaged. Laughter helps us survive. You were only aiding the journey and having fun that you look forward to every week. Fucking keyboard warrior, bona fide geek. So either carpal tunnel behold. Just follow me. Just go follow me on IG to see more mouth-watering food and beverages that I've been dealing with for decades. Same handles as it's always been since 2012. Like I know you. And then hold on, where the fuck did I go? I just had it open. Hold on, there we go. And then she says, "Have a good, blessed life. Your mentality ain't that lofty yet, but if you keep working real hard, you might just get enough views on your little reels to pay off the financing on your vehicle."
Shit.
I was like, how the fuck did you know my car was financed, bitch?
She did research,
You
bro.
don't know where Tristan lives. How do you know about his car?
Yeah.
Oh, this girl did her homework, man.
Oh man. All right. So what did you get, Pro?
I'm looking through my you mean the same one that like around the same time he got his? Because I got a poem too, you know. Well, mine's not a poem. She was directly cussing me. And
No, I know yours, because I remember yours was like, we already talked about it. Yours, she literally went through all the lives, literally anything that you had said or whatever else, and literally pulled your entire life apart from like your dating history from 19 on.
yeah, she went on. She messaged me. She's like, isn't John? Well, I'm not gonna say any names. She's like, isn't so and so your daughter? I heard you have zero contact with her. Correct me if you're wrong. And you're the king. It's saying like something about the king is sitting on his castle like a dirty rascal, trying to get rich off the I don't even know what the fuck that said. The collateral. I don't know what kind of Eminem rhyme that is. Wow.
Don't try to lump that in a category with Eminem.
You're so rude. How dare you attack me? You're a bitch. I know your secrets. This is what she said. You know, this was 2 months ago.
She called you a bitch?
I'm reading word for word what she said.
God damn.
Yeah, you're a fucking coward. Yeah. Anyways, whatever. So maybe so the recent events, the one I got Friday at 3 o'clock in the morning, she goes, I'm a mad woman. You shut me and Christian out. Now that I'm getting a record deal with Jazzy Faye. Yo, this girl needs medication. I don't know where Jazzy Faye is looking out to get her anyways. I just wanted to thank you for discriminating against me and my best friend's abilities. Without you guys, we wouldn't have made it.
I know what she's talking about.
I'm getting my friends out of the ghetto. I transport them to landscape in Canada for disabled people all over the overnight. And it's only February 1st. What have you done this year, loser? You owe me an apology. I'm smarter than you. Nana boo boo. I have autism. You didn't know.
Nigga.
Yeah, right? Yo, I have autism. You didn't know, and you discriminated against me. I see you in small claims court for defamation of character, bro. Don't fuck with the red hair heifer. I'm saving the world, baby. What did you do today? You don't even donate blood like me. Are you Canadian? Laugh my ass off. I didn't even think so. I am a true Canadian, true North strong and free. I work for the government now, Papa. Don't fuck with public enemy number one. Watch yourself in these streets. With me and Christian, I protect them at all costs. Yo, this is what she says. Friday,
Did she
7:30 in the
just
morning.
I'm sorry. Did she just say you discriminated against me because I have autism, but then turned around and said that her ass was Canadian and she bets that your ass ain't even.
Yep.
Okay.
And she donates blood. Something
Okay,
like that.
And works for the government.
And what's
she
for the
works
government, yo?
I'm sorry, but
Oh my god. Yeah.
is
So
she an informant? Like
I don't know. That was Friday.
that's a government worker.
That was Friday 3:23 in the morning. Then Friday 7:30 in the morning, I've been reforming Brothers since day one with my loud mouth and getting knocked the fuck out for it. And look at me now, rich badness. Leave us alone, bully. We don't fuck. We don't fuck. We never have. You never heard of best friends before, bitch. We're and that's the end of that day. Like I guess she had enough. I'm not responding back to her. She's talking to herself. I'm letting you guys know. Like I'm not
So
saying nothing.
she's going back off of that same day where her and this man are flirting and you
Yeah,
two just
2 months ago. So Saturday at 4 o'clock in the morning, again she's talking to herself. Where's my apology? You think my filthy mouth is nasty? You should see when I'm fucking my man. That's nasty. This ain't nasty. This is intellect, something you lack. So don't ever underestimate a woman like me, bitch, or any woman. Go be a better man, you fucking clown. She's talking to herself, you know. Me not chat to her. She just all her. And she's like, oh, she don't sleep. She's a fucking vampire. Something about she's a fucking vampire. She has autism. Autism is real in black women, and she's 30 years old. And something about we made her suicidal. You publicly shamed me and made me seem like I was a whore when I had the tightest pussy these niggas have ever seen, which they haven't because not everyone can have my goods. Certainly not. You can't find a bitch with 4 kids.
Can I just throw this out there that if you guys are at all actually aware, like I know you haven't been on like you're pretty much like watch every Sunday and Wednesday, right, Liz? So like if you listen,
I try.
Okay, so if you listen to this, do you not notice Pro just being by like more so maybe even Tristan being critical and analytical, like part of my job? She has literally in that entire message mentioned the last 5 podcasts.
So not amongst us.
She has mentioned the last 5 podcasts in that last mention. She has mentioned the bullying, the discrimination, the OnlyFans, which was last week, which is why probably this message popped up. She has also mentioned the autism aspect because that was a conversation that was had 2 podcasts ago. She's mentioned the last 5 podcasts.
Yo, that's true. I didn't even take that in. That's so true.
Wait, that means someone was able to escape the shadow realm.
That means that she's watching the podcast from either a sweet like a fake account or she is watching the podcast, somebody sharing the link with her to the podcast, because she literally just said in there, She is okay. So the lawsuit was mentioned, the bullying was mentioned, the
We did talk about bullying,
the
the cyberbullying.
autism, the OnlyFans last week. What set her off was probably the OnlyFans from last week, because that was our conversation last week with you, me, Mel, and Isto, Tristan, was OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't even take that in. That is true. We talked about all these topics still.
But like Tristan and I, like Tristan, you guys got threatened twice now. We've gotten threatened to be sued. Also being called a rat. Also talking about the police. I work for the government. All this other. She's bringing in everything she has said to you has literally been a subject hand for the past 6 weeks of our podcast.
Yo, that's she's psycho. You have to
She's
find the
literally
leak.
legit, and I think that she probably like took last week's really personal.
I gotta find the leak.
Yo, so let me continue my reading here, okay? Anyway, she goes, you can't find a bitch with one kid and a tight pussy nowadays. I'm rare. Leave me alone. I was getting beat by my baby father for years, and I just cut him out of my life, and I'm feeling free, and you shut me down. Careful who you're shutting up and shutting down in this life. I wanted to help us. I wanted to all help us retire early. You're a fucking idiot, and I'm a genius. Apologize now. Then she sent me a picture of herself with the middle finger, which I will not show you guys because I don't want to put her whatever. You know what I mean? If anybody wants to know who the bitch is, I'll send you a private DM, but I'm not gonna put it out like that. Right? Yeah.
Send a private DM to 5.
I said I ain't gonna be no rat, but
Yeah. Then she goes, I'm gonna send Hell's Angels for you. I'm Hell's Angels. Don't fuck with me. I'm the dawn in the dark, so know your place with me, brother. And your little dog too. Tristan, your little dog. Tristan, you're my little dog, she said.
Why is Tristan a little dog?
I don't know.
I'm a man.
I am a man, baby.
I'm a man.
You know what? You know what,
Not
Tristan?
no
Otis from Garfield, he was a little dog too, all right, but he had a lot of heart.
I am a man, David.
Yeah. You think I don't know you or see you, but I already have long time, so apologize, pussy all, and never do it again to anyone. Be a better man for this, or I'll sue your ass. Did I tell you I was a lawyer? Lots of laughs. And that was the end of the discussion. I didn't reply at all. I didn't say anything. This is her talking to herself, you know.
It's crazy because I think she's the only actual HA lawyer. I don't know another one, so that's impressive.
No, she was there. She was in Marvelous. She was in Marvelous, sitting in the back.
She's saying she's at HA.
I was on the stage. Sophie was playing, and I was just watching at all the peasants.
Sorry, you froze there for a second. She was at
Yo, you guys don't remember. If you guys don't remember, if you guys go in the juice, there's a video of her fighting a guy at the club. I don't know if you guys remember.
I remember. What club was that at, though? I never seen the video.
Paranoid. Club Paranoid.
Oh. Okay, Tristan, she was at Marvelous, and what? When was this girl at Marvelous?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, because
2 weeks ago she was at Marvelous.
Profane was playing, and I was just sitting there, just watching everybody, and then I was like, this girl just wouldn't stop staring at like us. With like,
I remember you saying some shit like that to me.
And I was like, yo, that girl over there won't stop looking over here all angry and shit. And I was like,
and then Tristan's like, bro, what did you do with her?
No. She didn't say nothing, no. She didn't say nothing to me. She didn't say nothing.
Drank her 2 beers and went home. So I was like, okay. And then
I need a link. Like, I need a link right now because I need to know if I run into this girl because I don't fuck with a lot of clubs in this.
You guys know her, man. Listen, if you guys party in London and you guys party in Brantford, you guys fucking know her.
You know her.
Send it inbox.
I don't like that's the thing. Like, I'm so tired of that. Like, I'm not from Brantford. I moved here for work, so I'm just throwing that out there. There's like one club that I'll ever go. I've never been to Brando's. I don't go anywhere. I go to Marv because I know the owner. I trust the people there. That's it. And because I used to do events at that club. But like, I don't know anything in this city. So the only club that I've went to, but I know the people who go there. That's the problem, right? So I've seen people because I've worked enough events there. But so I'm curious if I know who she is. But like other than that, like for me, it's Toronto. Like that's where I've been. I go. So like, but I want to see who this girl is because I want to see if I know who she is because that would be interesting. Plus, I also need to watch out for these HA lawyers, you know. So,
But I thought that you can't be black and be HA.
You can't.
is she black?
Yeah, she's like light skinned, maybe.
Black,
you
you can't be
be
Yeah,
light skinned.
female. Listen, there's
skinned.
no
Skin
females.
That's a mistruth. That's a misconception, by the way. But anyways.
But anyways, listen, nobody is risking jail time because you didn't get an interview. Like let's be real. Like as much as you can't rationalize with unrationalized people, what you gonna get salty in your feelings because I wouldn't give you an interview because you were being a weirdo? And I told you weren't being a weirdo. I told you to stop being a weirdo. So I was like, whatever. Like you were talking to yourself. I went to bed at 11:45 and I woke up at 5 in the morning to a very colorful message. Like I was like,
You were both so offended. Like that's the only reason why
but
I
I was
remember
like,
this
did I
situation.
was like, did I
Yo,
do
my
something?
feelings were hurt. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. My feelings were deeply hurt. I was like, yo, Tristan, we need to become better people. We can't be doing this to ourselves.
Yeah, we have
You
to
know,
can't-
that was literally your word. You both verbatim, word for word. Like Tristan, I remember when you came on about it, you were legit. Like you were like, I've never been talked to like that. Even you, Pro, you were like, I'm like legit offended right now. Like I've never been talked to like that. Like, so as soon as I seen that post, I was like, I called it. I called it as soon as I seen it. Like I was like, this is gonna be interesting. This is spicy. But yeah, no, like definitely you should look for a leak because everything that she's mentioned in that post, like I don't know, my brain's not
But
shut off
like
from work,
that's
so I'm like,
that's the thing too, right? Because I'm very selective of like who like gets into the juice and who
you're
doesn't.
not because I've gotten 2 or 3 different
No.
bot requests from people that are in our
No,
group.
hold on. I approve and decline when I get the messages, but if somebody else that's doing admin is doing it, they just literally let anybody in.
Well, I think it
And
was like
I usually have to go in and then say, okay, cool. You let these people in? Nah, you get the fuck out. And I had to ban people.
well, somebody she knows in Brantford is letting her watch the lives or sending her, sharing, like saving, I don't know, even screen recording them. Like, I mean, that's a thing now too.
Because when that shit got squashed the other day, whatever, that conversation that I had with that person told me that like she's like, oh, the conversation, she said I only saw bits and pieces of the episode. And then I was just like, nah, I said, so you didn't see the part when I said, yo, it's crazy how we had like 800 comments. And like, once I said I wasn't calling names, everyone like dropped from the conversation. And she's like, no, I didn't see that. I was like, exactly. Because people only like to control the narrative and what they want to show.
People don't realize this little podcast, even though it might be like 20 people, whatever story maybe, this for some odd reason, it gets fucking shares. Like I don't know. Like there's a lot of people that watch this podcast. And half the people, some of the people are not even in the fucking juice.
They're not even in the group, and they come.
Not even in the juice. Not even in the juice.
A man pulled up on me last night and said, "Yo, that shit you said on the podcast."
And then, yeah, right. He pulled up big time. He's just like, yo, that's funny.
He's like, yo, y'all was talking about me though, but that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, he owned this shit though. He owned his garbage, you know. He owned
he's
it
like,
still.
he's like, yo, just keep it up, guy. Yo, he's like, you guys are funny as fuck. We were dying about it, like, you know.
So anybody can watch the podcast. You don't have to be.
I don't know. I don't know how it's making waves. I really don't know.
I think that people are screen recording it. Like I honestly think people are
no.
screen
So
recording
remember,
because you can't share it.
Like Five said, people remember IG and then remember my YouTube, but nobody knows about my YouTube. And then also,
yeah, if you go on the IG, you can watch the episode, but you can't see none of the conversation. Like if you go on the IG, you could just see us talking, whatever. But you guys can't see what you guys are saying or who's commenting or whatever.
You can see the comments on YouTube. That's how you get it.
Yeah, it's mostly Facebook that most of the commentary comes. But I know Five. Like, I think I was at work on Wednesday or something, and he was trying to, like, I was like, oh, great. So why don't you just, like, share it to me so I don't have to, like, go through Facebook and . And he couldn't share it to me. So, like I know you have to be like, so I think it's Instagram, but like I don't know, some people are probably just being shady and like watching it. Maybe people are sitting
Listen,
there.
the people in the group that are watching it and clipping out whatever and sending it to people that are not in the group. That's probably what's happening. I'm telling you.
And at least
For
if you're
real, I
gonna
know
do
that's what's
that shit,
happening.
at least give me credit and pay me my royalties. Fuck. Like, come
You know
on,
what?
man.
No, because ever since that clout chasing fucking whatever one that we apparently did, the bully Sunday. Like, I can't tell you how like I've had 2 people approach me and be like, "Yo, I didn't see you bullying anybody." Like, I'm like, why?
Yo, we didn't.
Like,
We
I
didn't
didn't bully
bully
anybody.
anybody.
My main objective was to say my moral turpitude is that normalizing being a snitch is not acceptable behavior. And I don't know if it's because of where I come from in the UK. I don't know if it's how I was raised. But in my estate, you didn't normalize being a snitch. It wasn't normalized. So that was my whole thing. I don't feel like that was bullying by any standard.
I don't think it's
That's
bullying either. She said you sign a fucking waiver. You can't comment on this no more, you know.
I know.
You signed a
Yo,
waiver, my nigga.
you the one who needs you gotta give the apology. That's what I
I'm
was told.
not giving no fucking apology, man.
That's what I hey.
I'm not giving no apology for that. I don't feel like I did anything wrong.
You say, yo, your friend owes me apology. That's how the situation was left.
Yeah, and it is good. And the same girl's going to other people, and other people are
I
out there telling.
apologize to both of us. I said on behalf of most of the Jews. I don't speak for everybody.
Why do you always do that, though? Why do you always do that? You always talk for yourself, you know. You always come on the podcast and say, "Yo, I don't ever cheat. I don't ever this." Like, nigga, there's 2 people on this podcast. You can't talk to me too.
What are we talking about? A waiver and like who apologized to what?
Huh?
Who apologized for what on behalf of who?
For the cyberbullying.
I had
no, because I'm not even talking about that situation at hand, whatever. I'm not talking about that just at hand. I'm talking about that one, and there was one before that, and there was one Like, apparently I'm the female voice of anti-women is what like these 2 people that approached me, like, you're anti-female, you're anti-this, like you're anti-whatever. Like, I'm not a bully, first off. Secondly, I bully bullies. Like, no, I'm not a bully. Like, I don't support that. I support women being empowered and, you know, whatever. Like, I support all that. Don't call me a bully. And I feel like it wasn't just that one, but that one had like a lot more pick-me's involved. Like, a lot more people were siding with that situation.
People called me the scum of the earth.
What? Who the hell has called you a scum of the earth?
No one's called you that. Yo, what's wrong with you?
Nobody's called you that. So let's not even pretend.
No, people are like, yo, I hope you're happy with yourself. You're a horrible person. This and that. Yo, I was just scratching my head, eating my Cheetos. I ain't giving no fuck. Like, yo, you better.
We're not just talking about one situation. We're talking as a whole, like a general,
whole thing,
like bully Sunday, and it's like, dude, that's not the case. Like, just stop it. Like, you can't ask for a strong, opinionated female voice. You don't know what I do in my 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. job. Don't sit there and act like I don't have empathy. Like, if you want my opinion and you want honesty, but then you want to turn around and say that you're too honest, like, I don't like that shit.
Listen, the only thing I disagree with, half the things we talk about in the juice is stuff that people post about themselves. If you don't want us to talk about it, keep your shit to your fucking self.
But we always say
that.
But we say that all the time. That like, yo, like, okay, this week gonna be you, next week might be me. But like, there's that mutual.
There's always an exception to the rule, though, right? Like, there's always people want to sit there and jump on that bandwagon. They want to be a part of that. They want to be like, yeah, you know, you're right. But then when it becomes them,
everybody wants to clown people till it's time for them to be clowned, and then it's whatever. So that's why I just said,
if I got in a fight tomorrow with like whatever, if I got in a fight tomorrow, I'm not gonna sit there and post memes in the group or do this or that or whatever, or post on my Facebook. And not just because like I don't want to vent or whatever. I also don't want to look dumb. because like I know that if it's a situation where I might be just angry or in my feels or being spicy that day, I don't want to turn around tomorrow and be like, I'm not spicy anymore. I look dumb because I just called this man and now I'm still staying with him. So I
Yeah,
don't
listen,
want people to
that
know
happens
that.
all the time. Happens all the
Happens all
time.
the time. And
All
like, yo,
the time.
and people know me. People know me. Like I say out of pocket shit online. I say out of pocket shit to your face. Like for example, remember the one time Prophet when I made the girl cry because she was talking shit about me outside, and I told her and the man, I said, "Yo, don't worry. This week is you. Next week is somebody
Yo,
else."
this like I know you're an asshole. I don't know why you would say that. You can't call
Because
people. You can't call the girl a whore in front of people. You know.
don't make fun of me in public, and now you wouldn't have to learn that harsh lesson. Boy, seriously,
I don't know.
fucking
I just feel like be real. Like people expect a different narrative through like a telephone, through the internet. Like what you say and what you get. Like I'm loud in person, I'm loud on phone. I'm not gonna sit there and have somebody tell me to be real, and then when I'm real, your feelings are hurt. Like clearly society doesn't want real people, because as soon as you're real and they get hurt, then you're like, no. Please tell me that this dress doesn't make me look fat. No, you look like a whale, bitch. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not the friend that you want to come for to give you fake advice, because that's unhealthy. I'm the friend who's going to give you healthy, honest advice, whether it's out of pocket or not, because then you're going to want to fix yourself. You're not going to complain about being fat. You're going to go to the gym and you're going to get skinny. Or we're going to be fat and sassy together. Like, but don't ask for my opinion.
Facts.
Like people who know me in person know that I'm boisterous like that. Like I don't know, I'm a different breed. Maybe it's just because my environment or like culturally different.
We
I
need
don't
more
know.
people like you. You know, maybe less people come to the club stinking. Like, yo, I'm just like, yo, if I go with my boys and any of y'all smell foul, I'm gonna tell y'all. I don't know how people can go out in a group of people and one of their friends could be stink, and then none of their friends say nothing to them.
That's
Right.
why
Like you don't know you stink.
Last night at the fucking club. Oh my god, I wanted to die. I'm just like, yo, how do you guys
I can't
come with
stand
this
that.
person?
I know
How do you
you're
guys come
talking
with this
about.
fucking
Yo. I
person?
know you're talking about.
Yo, a group of girls come, and then there's one girl that's sick, and none of the girls want to put that girl on game and be like, yo, go check your BO. Like, people have off nights, whatever story maybe. But, yo, you're just as bad if your friends are just not even putting you on game and saying, yo, girl, you kind of need to freshen up. You know what I mean? Like, you smell. Like, help that. You know what I'm saying?
There's
Like,
one
yo,
girl.
Girl, like no. I'm like that because like there's like not even just smelling, but like you ever have a moment where like maybe not you and profane, maybe not just in profane, but like you ever have a moment where you like you go out, you're looking fine, whatever, and then maybe you're wearing red lipstick and you might have a little bit on your chin, or you might have like a little bit of whatever.
Yeah,
Like you need
Yeah.
your homegirl to be like, sorry,
Tell
but you
a
have
bitch.
lipstick on your chin. It's not embarrassing. Sorry, you might stink. Sorry, you might have a rip or a tear in your shirt, your dress, whatever, and maybe it's not the appropriate thing to wear. Do you have a mustard stain on your shirt? Maybe change your shirt before we go to the club. People are
Facts.
gonna see that stain.
Yeah, facts.
Like I feel like people need to be more real in life, and they're
Yeah,
not.
like
And then when you are too real, then you're a bully, or you're
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
when I
whatever.
tell
I'm telling
you, people,
like take pride in your fucking appearance, B. That's all.
I'm telling you right now, 2024 that's a turn off. I don't care how bad your bitches are. If 3 bad bitches come in and one of them look ratchet and fucked up and stink, it makes them all look bad, you know. I don't give a fuck what the first 3 look like. It makes you guys
See, that's
all look bad.
2024. In 2019, 2018, you could come in and it was like stank, dusty, but it was like that whole what was that thing? The ugly girl. The ugly girl is still the prettiest because the ugliest is in there in the mix.
No, that see?
What was that called?
What
Duff.
the
Duff.
Duff? Yeah, the
Designated
Duff.
ugly fat friend.
Yeah, the Duff. People, girls bring out Duffs all the time, you know.
But no.
Wait a minute, what's
But
the
there's no
definition?
such thing as an actual
Hold
Duff.
up,
It's just a Duff
hold up.
of the group.
Hold
What's
up. What, a Duff?
Yeah, what's the definition of that? What is that?
Designated ugly fat friend.
So you're
You've never heard of the Duff theory, bro. You've never heard of the Duff theory.
No, I've never heard of it. Yo, it exists. I know. I've never heard. I didn't know there's a terminology for it.
It's called a Duff. And then that's why when you're talking to one of the girls, the Duff always runs in wielding Thor's hammer to like knock you out of the way so you can't talk.
But no, that's not how the Duff. What the Duff.
But I
really-
know the Duff inflates them.
Yeah.
So out of three girls, you're gonna have one who's maybe not the most attractive. You're gonna have one who's mediocre attractive, and you're gonna have one at best that is maybe okay. But if you add two Duffs to that mediocre okay,
Yo,
she's gonna look like a
dying.
supermodel. She's gonna look like a supermodel compared to the other two. So you're gonna go after the prettiest out of the trio, thinking that she's the prettiest of them all, when really she's just one of the ugly stepsisters.
What are you gonna do when them two run block? When them two run block and you can't get to the end zone. Now you got
Create OnlyFans and flirt with boys on the juice.
Wow. 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 Wow.
I don't need doves. I don't have doves. I don't go to the club looking for Prince Charming. So I'm good.
Hold up.
I can't believe the terminology for it. I'm dying.
You've never heard of the dove?
No, where have I been living? Underneath the fucking rock, apparently.
Well, clearly you don't have any dove friends.
No, I guess not.
Line again.
Yo, we don't have no duff friends, right, Tristan?
Huh?
We have no duff friends, right?
I don't think we have any Duff friends.
No.
Does it make you question who? Because everybody is a duff to every friend group. Like every person. Has
Now I
been a
gotta think
duff
about it. Now I got Tristan, you might be the duff today.
But yo, fuck you. But yo, I've heard girls have told me we only bring so and so out because she makes us look better. I said, yo, you're wrong for that.
She makes you guys look better?
Yeah. She's like, we only bring her out with us because she makes us look better. But
who said this?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said a woman told me once because she had a really fat friend and whatever, and she told
Listen,
me.
we're not body shaming in the group, you know.
No,
There's some
giving context. I'm giving context.
Yeah, there's some BB. There's some big body women that are set up, you know. So don't do that.
Chubby. It doesn't actually have to be fat.
No, I know that. But just hear me out. Like,
yeah,
she said,
I'm here.
That we only bring her out to make us look better to guys, and she's like, I feel bad because we'll all hook up with somebody, and she's got to sit in the living room and hear it all.
Shame.
I mean, usually what will happen, that's usually what happens. To the duff, if it's a duo, the duff will usually end up being it's like a man's version of like a wingman, like a duff, but women are a little bit more cruel, so we call it a duff. But you don't actually have to be an ugly fat friend. You could just be an ugly
what
friend.
club are they going to? Because if you come to,
always has to take one for the team.
If you come to Brantford, yo, there's that duff would be picked up by a man for sure. Yo, Brantford, yo, the men out here are ridiculous. You know, they'll pick up anything.
So I'm at work today. I'm at work today. And
anything.
This man comes up to me at work today, and he starts flirting with me. And he's like, "Did you ask for my number?" I was like, "No, I didn't ask for your number." Well, here it is. Anyways, here it is. Da, 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 da. Okay, well, I'm not single. I'm not asking for it. Well, I wasn't asking your man. I was asking you. Like, really? Really?
Yeah,
like, stop it. You don't care. You don't care about me or whatever. Like, when did it become so normalized to not care that people have partners? I don't know.
It's 2024. People feel confident, you know. They could teach you. He could take you from your man, you know.
Ever since Cat Williams opened his mouth, people have been living more truthful.
2024 to 2024.
No, but like it's weird because I know I've been in some situations where I had to take one for the team.
Nobody can take me from my man. I worked so many days this week I lost count. I'm on day number 8. and I was so tired today. I was like, I'm gonna be healthy. I'm gonna make a salad after work. I'm gonna be all like proactive. I've got like 4,000 steps in today. I'm great. And then I'm like, babe, I'm tired. I'm like, I don't want to eat healthy. I want tacos. He's like, you want tacos? I'm like, yeah. 20 minutes later, I got tacos. So I'm not mad. Like you just saved me for life. You got me tacos. Like that's
Listen,
it. We're getting
outside
married.
the vultures, we don't care. You know, we don't care. We don't care if you're with somebody or not. Don't lie, Tristan. It's true. We don't care.
You don't care. And I'm not no vulture, B.
You see what I'm
If a
saying?
man can accept
I
me
try
for
to
not
talk
being
to
like, I
you,
don't
you
want a
know.
salad, I want to
I
be
try
fast and
to talk
sassy,
to
and you want to
you,
buy
and
me
you do
tacos,
that.
like that's it.
Huh?
I'm set. I don't care how many numbers you have in front of me. I don't care whatever. Like you just bought me tacos when I should be at the gym right now. But you're like, no, you worked all day. You don't need to cook and make salad, even though salad's not cooking. Whatever. It's still a lot of work. No, here's tacos.
No,
Do you want
but
extra dip with that? Extra guac? Like, yeah. Nope. That's it
I
for
don't
me.
know. Man. I've seen some men that are like
Jason, when you talk to a girl and she says, "Yo, I have a man," you stop talking to her. Don't lie, cause I know, cause I seen you in action, nigga. Don't lie.
It's in the shadow round, B.
No, you don't. You see what I'm saying? You're lying.
Bro,
The view in
check my
public.
Boston.
Don't listen to this guy, yo.
Check my
Tristan,
Boston.
Oh
Check
my god.
clean your screen.
Never.
Clean your screen.
Why?
Because I feel like I can see like a blur where your beard is, and it was really irritating. Okay,
No,
go.
it's the post. It's the post. The back.
Told you top a girl and she says, "Yo, man, you stop talking to her."
Respectfully, goodbye. I don't do that.
Yo, I'm not even talking to you for the rest of this podcast.
I'm not an interloper. I'm not an interloper.
You're such an idiot.
You're such a liar. Like,
He's such a liar.
last
This is
week you're
such
like,
a liar.
pro, you're gonna have to. You got nothing on me, pro. Now you've got morals again. Tristan's
Yeah.
got
I
morals for
don't have
again.
morals. I just don't. I said I'm retiring. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna be bragging about it all the time. And then you
Okay,
ask
but if
me-
you're retiring and he's asking you right now, if a girl said to you that she has a man and you're saying no, I have morals.
I do
How are
have
you retiring
morals
your morals?
because I don't want that being done to me.
Oh my god, stop this.
How are
Stop
you
this right
retiring
now.
your morals? You're literally
Stop
sitting
this
here
right now.
saying like fuck this, fuck that, whatever. But like I still don't want karma. I don't want karma.
Listen, a man's gotta
Just
have
say,
a code.
if you top a girl and she said you're not stopping. I'm telling you this right now. Don't do that.
I do.
Don't-
Okay.
Yo, why do
So
people
let's do an
like,
extreme situation. Let's do an extreme. You meet a girl at the club. You don't bring up that conversation. Whatever. You get back to the house. You guys are going at it, and then she's like, "I gotta be home in an hour. My man's gonna be home. What are you doing?"
I am leaving.
You're such a liar.
Yeah, you're so full of
You're
shit. You're
a liar.
lying. You're such a liar.
You're a
Oh,
liar.
shut up.
Bro,
You're such a
all my
liar.
boys are tracking you're a
Shite.
fucking liar right
He's
now.
leaving
Come
after
on.
he dips it in 2 times.
Dog, you
I'm
take
not
her back to the crib. You walk in her crib, you see the fucking wedding pictures on the wall. You're walking out?
I'm gone.
You're
This week
such
is
a liar,
my
bro.
life.
You're such a liar. Oh my god, I'm logging off the podcast, yo. You're such a
Why?
liar.
Don't
Yo,
you dare leave. You
Something.
don't get to leave. You need to hold him
Why-
accountable. For
Why
his,
do you think
like,
I'm lying? Why do you think I'm lying, B? Why?
Because I don't know. Like I don't even know if I was in that situation. Let's say I was single. Let's say I didn't have anything. Let's say I was in a situation where I was at a club and we had gotten together and whatever. It was going great. We went on another date. Whatever. Things led to another. We're going out and he's like, "Oh, you got to be out of here in an hour because my wife is gonna be home." But we're in the middle of it. Like I'm in the middle
dog,
of it.
you're already
So-
there. Your draws are down already.
Yes, nah, man. I'm a firm
Like you're gonna be held
believer.
accountable afterwards, but like
I'm a
you're not
firm
using your
believer
full
of
mind.
divine punishments, B. I don't do them things. Listen. When you
We're
talk
not
Yo,
about
talking about whether you do
you're
things. We're talking
such
about finding
a-
yourself in a situation.
Listen,
and how
listen.
you react.
I hate you so much. You're
That
such
man-
a liar, yo.
that woman made a vow to the big man upstairs to be faithful, and I am not partaking in her punishment. Sorry, B.
We're not saying she's married. We're saying that she's in a relationship. Like I don't
She's
know
in
why
a
you guys don't get married. She could just be in a relationship.
Whether she's married or fucking not, just you're not dipping out. I know. Don't do that.
I don't step out in my relationships. I told you this.
Tristan, you're in school right now for assessing the potential for fraudulent situations.
Yes.
Right. So
I
if
am.
you have a person who is in the process of a fraudulent situation, what is your best reaction to that situation?
What?
So if you were in the middle of a situation, right? Say they're in like maybe Cornerstone and they're just about to commit a fraudulent act. What is the first thing that you're gonna do?
I don't have to do anything until it's done.
Until the fraud's committed, right? So
So
technically, until you have found out that situation has been fraudulent, up until that point, you're totally in it. You're totally there until that fraud has been committed. So what we're saying is if you're in a situation, nothing has been mentioned, that is not a situation until during the heat of the moment. And then that fraud presents itself. What do
He
you
is
do?
lying to
You're
the viewing
acting
public right
like
now.
your mind right now that you're at a sane position and that there's no risk assessment involved in that situation, that you're just gonna pick up and use your sound mind and walk out the door.
That's not happening. No,
So
there's
you
not.
have
No,
more
you can't.
control than
First of all,
99.9% of the
people-
population.
No,
people,
I can't.
some people listen. Some people will not commit fraud. Period.
Home Depot commits fraud every day in the U.S. when it hires migrant workers who are not legally able to work with green cards in the U.S.
That's motive and opportunity. If you have those, then you'll commit fraud. First of all,
I'm gonna
Even-
tell you, so with somebody with their bachelor's, okay, in social work and also psychology, I'm gonna tell you that 99.7% of the population does not have the ability to be as methodical as you are claiming that you are right now, and as moral turpitude as you are claiming that you would be in the present heat of the moment when your animalistic and natural selection skills are taking over and you
Yo,
are in
your
a sexual
nigga instincts,
atmosphere.
say what it is. Your nigga instincts are gonna get it coming to play, dog. That's
Okay,
it. Yo, your man instincts are gonna kick in. Don't do that, dog. Don't do that. Don't lie
There
to
is
the
an
viewing
exception
public.
to every single rule. There is an exception to every
So
single
like
rule in every
liquor-
single scenario, no matter how
so
much
like
you try to make
liquor-
a excuse it.
So like liquor, you can be a master of those instincts and whatever, and that's the real
Oh,
definition of manliness, having control over those
okay,
things.
Gandhi. Okay, sleep in a bed full of 72 virgins and not get a hard on. We get it.
Hey,
We
this
get
is
it,
you
Gandhi.
know, remember this guy said a couple of podcasts ago that he doesn't nut, so
Yo, why are we doing that?
remember this is coming from the same man that say he doesn't nut. So
But
nothing
listen,
this is admissible at this point.
And you want to know why you lose in your little like example?
Why?
Because I am purely oblivious. So like again, you could literally sit there and be like, I'm telling you, a woman, like you have to be blunt. Like there's no hinting or whatever. So trust me. I'm surprised I've gotten this far in life when it comes to getting laid and shit because like I don't read them cues. Like,
So you don't read social cues. You don't read social cues, and you're not.
No,
like,
I think you know what. To be honest, Tristan doesn't. He's not. He's pretty naive when it comes to that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Like even sometimes I'm like, yo, Tristan doesn't catch on to certain shit that I wouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying?
Like one time.
I mean, I get that. Everybody has their own thing.
Yeah,
like,
he's pretty naive when it comes to certain shit. I'm not gonna lie to that. But Tristan, you're not jumping out of that situation. I don't give a fuck who you are.
That has nothing to do with that. What the situation we're talking about has nothing to do with anybody's personal thoughts. We're talking about complete chemistry. We're talking about body motive. Like we're talking about you're going at it, and she's like, "You gotta finish."
Nigga, your dick is hard as fuck. Your dick is hard as fuck. You're gonna stop.
You're not operating on the same IQ. I have a high IQ. I have quite a, and I can say on a psychological level, if you're in a heat of the moment, you're not thinking that fucking clearly. Even if you don't read social cues, even if you can't read the room, like there's no reading the room. You're reading the moment at that point.
Yeah, facts.
But what I'm saying is that I won't be able to read the room to put me in that moment.
No, because you're gonna be knee deep in pussy. So you're right.
I will not be knee deep in pussy because again, you have to know that a woman wants you to be in that situation. This is what I'm telling you. Do you know how many times
we're not talking about a situation that you're like that they.
We're talking about the girl takes you back to her crib, my nigga, and you're in the middle of it. Yo, this girl done. You got her about to go at it. Your dick is hard as fuck, and she says, "Yo, you have to get out before my man comes." You're gonna stop, pull up your drawers, and walk out with
Yeah.
a pink tent.
Take it. I told you.
You're a liar.
No
Stop
ass
lying.
whooping. I already told you this. I'm not taking no ass whooping for no starving kids, no homeless people, no Africans, no nothing. Listen, you ain't catching me, B. I will jump out that fucking window, 6th floor window, and whatever. I'm not
Right?
taking no ass kicking just for 30 minutes of Gok 9000.
You're not? Then you never got a Gawk 9000, my nigga.
Yeah,
did
you
say
never,
Gok
you don't
You
know
never
what
got a
it is.
Gawk 9000. I'm sorry.
What do you mean I never got a Gok
And you're not a
9000?
Gok 9000. You ain't even making it 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Oh my
Facts.
God.
Your toes are gonna be so
Facts.
cramped up you can't walk straight.
Yeah, facts. I'm sorry, my nigga. You lose this one.
I don't nut. I get bored easily. I piss off strippers because I get bored easily.
God, I can't with you tonight, man.
I get bored easily. I'm like, yo, are you done yet, man? Like, fuck.
I cannot, yo.
Maybe you just didn't meet the right girl yet, you know?
You're
Nah,
crazy.
I got booted.
You
Yo, I'll
ain't
be
take,
back.
What did I miss?
No, I'm just talking about I ain't taking no ass whooping for nobody. So, like, again, that's why I would not be found in no situation where it's like, we get to be out that healthy now because my man's coming. No, you can do that.
Okay.
But you
I'm not
wouldn't
saying
know
that it's a
until you're there.
situation that people find themselves in. I'm just saying it's a
I know.
hypothetical situation.
I'm playing it for laughs. So
I mean, like, I get it. It's just, I don't know. I just find it funny. It's a funny situation. It's a funny situation, Mr. Gandhi. 72 Virgins. That's your new nickname.
yo, come on, man.
You've never heard that experiment that he did? He literally laid in bed.
He used to sleep with underage girls.
He used to sleep in bed with virgins and all kinds of beautiful girls just to prove that he didn't get an erection, and just to prove that a man can do it.
They were underage.
Some of them were of age. It was just he picked the most beautiful girls that there
And he didn't
were.
like black people too.
What?
He didn't like black people either.
Wow.
That's a very rude thing about.
Well, we're not pulling on the race card. We're just saying that he was able to not get an erection. So you're 72 virgins.
I'm not 72 virgins. I'm just choosing not to do those things.
You don't get to choose a nickname. You can't just be like, I like that nickname. I don't like that nickname.
72 virgins.
I'll just call you 72.
72 virgins, but true love waits, okay? Like, don't be like that.
I'm not even saying that. You know what? Honestly, I was having this conversation earlier today. Like, I personally waited a period of time and I wasn't looking. And when you aren't looking, it finds you. When you aren't looking, the thing that you're looking, that you wanted deep down, it finds you.
I wish some people knew that.
No, like, honestly, like, it literally does. Like, I feel like with enough patience and what you're looking for, like, I had this conversation earlier that, you know, if you put enough effort into it, and when you're not looking, and when you're tired, when you're exhausted, like, I feel like if people weren't so jaded, sometimes people are jaded and they miss that, right? So if you maybe don't be jaded and don't allow past traumatic experiences and whatever else, and learn communication and learn from your mistakes in previous relationships, and you'll learn how when you see it you'll know. And like, for me, I have a lot of past experience with relationships where, like, I have my own kind of little trauma where I'm like, I just have to realize, like, if I'm being too spicy, or like, I don't read social cues like you, like, Tristan, I don't like, I sometimes forget to be responsible for somebody else's emotions, and like, I'll go through my busy work day, right? And I'll totally be like, okay, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and then I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, I gotta be responsible for somebody else's emotions. Like, my bad. I'm gonna pick up that phone now. I'm gonna call you. Like, and it sounds bad, but like, when you actually take time after a traumatic relationship and you actually, like, focus on yourself and you put yourself as a priority, like that becomes your main objective. And so when you finally meet somebody who actually is trying to reach out and actually cares about how your day is and actually takes the effort to wake up every morning before you're awake and is like, good morning, or like cares if you're not feeling well, or like reminds you about little things. Like, for instance, I took my earring off yesterday when I was at work, like I had this hoop on, and like I had my phone on the side of my head and my hoop kept getting in the way. So I'm like, I'm gonna take my earring out, I'm putting it in my pocket, but like I'm on day number like 7 of like a 10-hour shift. So please remind me when we get off the phone and I'm going back into work that I've got my hoop in my pocket so I don't look like some silly motherfucker walking around with like a missing hoop.
Yeah.
And like, yo, for real, he's like, at the end of the call, he's like, your hoop's in your pocket. I'm like, God damn. Like, I know it sounds so minuscule, but it's like that thought process was there. So for me, that was huge. And I feel like people, if people were like, I very well could have been that jaded person because I was at that point in my life where I was like, I'm gonna be alone forever and I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like people need to stop letting their jaded past, you know. And if you wanna literally like not read the room, or you literally like want to wait, or you literally want to be whatever, like I don't feel like retirement or whatever is like the way to go. I feel like just keep being yourself, and the person that you're meant to be with, whoever you waited 30 years or whatever years for, is gonna find you.
Yeah.
So that's my my free mentor advice, and then I'm not charging you guys for it.
I got a question for y'all. If y'all, okay, let's say you're going to go fuck a man, right? And like he pulls out like I don't know, like restraints or some shit, like some shit that you ain't cool with. What are you telling him?
Like I don't know, like I feel like we've had a similar conversation where
I know we talked about the fetish question and or whatever, but I don't know.
no, like I feel like getting into any kind of sexual situation, like for me, sex, like I can't just have random sex with people, right? So like if I'm gonna have some, like be intimate with somebody, like it's somebody I've built an intellectual bond with, and that's only because of the subject hand, right? So for me to be intimate with somebody, I need to be able to trust that person, and not just with the sexual endeavor, but also with their hygiene and their history, you know. So I need to be able to trust that they're clean and they're safe and they're whatever, responsible, respectable people. If we're having this conversation, like I think everybody kind of talks a little bit about their kinks, and you're like, ooh, but if that's crazy, like I do this, or I'm open to this. I feel like when you get into a situation, you should always discuss hard no's and hard yeses. If somebody just busted out restraints and I don't know you, I am not letting you put those on me. But I also wouldn't find myself in that situation, right? Like I wouldn't find myself in a situation where I don't trust somebody enough to be like that. But if I trust you and we're like, we've communicated this, then I'm gonna be like, all right, like as long as those restraints have an exit to some point, like I don't know. I feel like I'd be okay with it, but like also like what is it about restraints that you want to do? Like is it like that? That's what I want to like. Are you just an edger? Like are you one of those people that just want to like control the orgasm until the person is so irritated they can't take it? Like is that your thing? Like I don't know. Or are you a secret serial killer like rapist? Like just tell me what it is. I need to know. I need to know these things.
No, I was just wondering because I was just thinking about it, you know.
Thinking about randomly busting out restraints with some girl?
No, I mean like I was just thinking about like these conversations need to be had, right?
Any conversation with somebody you're going to be intimate needs to be had ahead of time, because what if she, like I think we had a post not too long ago, I can't remember if it was Tash or somebody posted it, but it was about vibrators, and like I think you and Pro touched on it, where the man was like, as soon as you get with me, your vibrator's got to go and it's got to be me and me only. That's a conversation that you have prior to getting with somebody. If you're going to get with somebody and they're going to be that close-minded sexually, Like, you just got to know what happens after 6 months, what happens after a year, what happens when that honeymoon phase is gone and you're stagnant sexually, and how do you approach bringing new interests into the bedroom? Because that's one of the ways, let's be honest, infidelity was an issue originally, not because now it's accessible, but initially it was because, you know, a lot of spouses got bored in the intimacy and it became a routine. And when sex becomes a routine, you want to spice up a routine, right?
Yeah.
Like, so if you can't be open about like how things you want to try, and everybody has fetishes. If we didn't have fetishes, we wouldn't watch porn. Nobody looks up missionary porn. Okay, let's be honest. Like, nobody actually picks up a Google search and is like, let me look up missionary porn. So like, I don't know. Like, I feel like it needs to be talked about. I feel like there's an appropriate time for that. I feel like you shouldn't be busting out restraints like the second time you're intimate with a person. But like, get to know their body and get to know what makes them tick. I feel like that takes some time to get to know. But then, like, yeah, if it's a conversation. But if he just like wildly just busted out restraints, you're gonna be like, there's gonna want to be like that. Who, what, when, where, why, how.
Yeah.
Like, why do you even have restraints? Let's talk about that. Like, that would be a conversation, I think, in my head.
Because some people, I don't know, some people like that shit, right? Some people find that.
I think a lot of people, if you were open to conversations, would like that. Like, I think the whole restraint thing comes from trust, right?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you're not supposed to break out restraints on somebody.
No, you're supposed to be able to trust that person. A lot of times, like, you know, it's a sensory thing where people are blindfolded and restrained, and then they've completely submitted to another individual, and it's all about a sensory play kind of thing. Sometimes it's about, like, you know, the other person wanting to be in control and dominating the other partner, and, you know, being able to control the orgasm, control, you know, be given that trust. Like, as much as it is to relinquish that trust to somebody and how that can be a turn on for somebody, imagine how much more powerful that is to be the person in control of that trust. Like, that in itself can be turned on for people. Because I feel like, especially in this day and age when so many people lack that boundary of trust, relinquishing that amount of trust to somebody to allow them to confide you to a certain position, that's a lot.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I don't know what happened there, but everything was like,
if somebody messages you and your messages are on and you don't have your phone muted, it'll turn off the mic so you can't hear us and we can't hear you.
Oh,
so you need to, when you're on this, especially if you're on an iPhone, you need to have your phone on silent. Yeah.
Done. Yeah, so
like,
I would say the same thing. Like, if it was like if you weren't, I mean, if you were in the frame that you're just like okay with random sex and somebody just brought something out, it would be extremely weird. Because most of the time, if you're having sexual relations with somebody, it's somebody that you most of the time you'd think, because if it's a choice and not a job, then you would be choosing and you would most likely be comfortable with that person, and you would know, like, you know, they don't like that, you know what I mean? But I'd be like, fuck, I don't do that. If it was like a one night stand and they pulled out some extravaganza shit, I'd be like, fuck no. I'm not saying I'd leave. No, I'm just kidding. I probably would.
Like, I don't know, like I said, like, yeah, she's not wrong. Like, if you're just having relations and you're just, you know, hooking up, like, I don't feel like restraints are appropriate, because you're not in a situation where you're fully trusting that person. Like, you got to trust somebody, and it takes away from me, like, I don't know, from what I know from the psychological standpoint of any kind of bondage play or anything to do with any kind of restraint system. Like, it isn't so much that the act of sex itself that is the turn on when it comes to that. It's the relinquishing trust and the vulnerability aspect, and then, you know, the sensory aspect, I feel like. And that is the biggest turn on of that, is the man gets complete control over the female and gets that dominating, you know, testosterone boost, and he gets to be as masculine as possible. But it can go for a flip side too. Let's say, for instance, the man is constantly forever dominant in the bedroom, right? And you know, you're trying to spice it up a bit. What if she restrained you? Some men would be completely against that because it takes away from their masculinity. Some men would be completely turned on by that because it allows her that foreplay. It allows her to take over control, which is spicing it up and changing it up. And some, it doesn't mean that he has to become a forever submissive to you and has to relinquish his masculinity. It just allows you to be a strong female empowering role at that point.
That was my biggest fear. My biggest fear is her saying, "Yo, let's do something kinky," and she like ties me up and just leaves.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you like that? Like, what do you mean? Like, explain that further.
Like, she's like, "Let's, be kinky or whatever." I'm like, "All right, cool." And then like she ties you up and she just pieces out. Bye. But you get what I'm saying?
To fucking tie you up and leave.
No, I get that. That's an actual fear, like to tie him up and leave.
Yeah,
or,
no,
like,
somebody would be scared of that. I'm sure.
I mean, that has been a thing. I mean, some people are even into that, but I get that being a fear. I think that's a trust thing too. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you had a conversation about it, if you were fully, and I don't feel like it's something like a lot of men want to be the masculine and dominant person, right? But it is a switch up, and some people are pleasantly surprised by that switch up. But like most females want to feel feminine, and I feel like in a day and age where there was a lot of feminist movements and there's a lot of changes in societal standards, at the end of the day there is parts of us that want to be completely and utterly feminine.
Yeah.
And we do want to be manhandled to a degree in the bedroom, but there is a bit of sensuality that comes out of that. Like, I think when people talk about restraint, sometimes they're like, "Ooh, that's that weird kinky shit," and like obviously whips and chains are going to be involved. Like, no, that doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be that. Like, hot wax. Okay, so that's another thing. You were talking about that. So again, that all comes from being knowledgeable, right? So
Yeah,
that
but
is
you
part
can't
of.
just do any of that shit. You can't just do any of that shit and be like, think that you know what you're doing. Like, you have to like learn about that shit,
You have to have knowledge. You have to have somebody who can, like, I know hot wax is messy. I know it is irresponsible, and I know that it is for people that have a bit of a pain tolerance. But there's a side to that, right? And this is obviously my part of what my profession was, so we know that I'm a little bit more educated on that. But there's massage candles that are literally created to have, so that you light them, and that some of them are edible, some of them are you always got to look to make sure that it's pH friendly, but they are edible, they are whatever, and it's warm, it's not hot, it is warm when it hits the skin, and it turns into a massage oil. And you can lick it off them, you can eat it off of them, you can use it as a massage oil and rub it in, but it brings that sensuality into it, and it brings that sensory into it without having the wax. Like, I've seen people come in and they've asked me, "Can you sell me a candle that's wax?" And be like, "Bro, have fun with that cleanup, because the cleanup is not worth the 20-minute orgasm. Like, it's not worth that 50 minutes of play that you're doing. The cleanup that you have to do with wax. Imagine getting wax on your body and then moving and then all crumpling and then turning to powder and dust and crumbling and mixing into your sheets and everything else.
In
like,
your
it's not
hair?
fun.
No.
So like, yeah, there's other things that you can do 100% to bring in that sensory, but like, I feel like at the end of the day, it's got to be about trust. It's got to be about trust on both ends, and if you don't have it, then don't even bother. Yeah. What else you got? We got like 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, 5 more minutes, Tristan.
Got 5 more minutes. Sophie left without coming back. I guess, yeah, we can just end it here.
Okay.
Thanks to everyone for coming out. Have a good week. Everyone get ready for work and shit. And,
You're funny.
Wednesday's the juice.
All right. Bye.
Everyone.
Bye.